Deficiencies in trace elements can cause problems in terms of poor fertility, slower heats, embryonic mortality, retained cleansings, low feed intake, poor overall performance, reduced health status and lower immunity. In many situations, grass may only supply 50 to 80% of the animal's trace element requirements. Trace elements are needed as young lush grass is high in energy, nitrogen and protein, but also low in fibre, leading to scarring. External factors also have an impact. Excessive rain washes trace elements from the soil. Sun depletes trace elements in the grass. Elements like molybdenum and sulfur can also lock up trace elements in the diet, exacerbating the problem. Trace elements can be included in the ration, added to water, in oral drench format, or a trace element bolus. Osmond's boluses cover the 3 key periods: pregnancy, lactation, and the dry period. In the rumen, the bolus absorbs moisture by hydrolysis. As the bolus takes in moisture, it releases trace elements through electrolysis, which are then absorbed into their system. There is no loss of trace elements through the liver or feces with Osmond's boli, as the animal only gets what it needs on a daily basis. It is best to administer the bolus when the animal's stomach is empty. Put the bolus into the chamber of the gun, hold the cow's mouth open and push the barrel of the gun over the bump of the animal's tongue. Press the trigger to release the bolus. Observe the cow to see the bolus has passed fully into the stomach. Osmond's bolus uniquely lasts from turnout to housing, that is 250 days, contains industry-leading levels of copper, zinc, iodine, selenium and cobalt. It helps to bridge any shortfalls in grass. Each element has been uniquely chosen to help the cow maximise feed intakes, support the breeding season and pregnancy. The bolus weighs 220 grams. Administer 1 bolus per cow at turnout.
Yeah, we're just farming here in Langham. We've making 80 cows on a grazing block of about 70 acres, spring calving system. I think last year they were averaging around 6,500 litres each per year, 350 kilos of milk solids. We started using the Osmond's bolus here about 10 years ago. We were having trouble with fertility and that in cows, and so we started using the old bolus, the 2 boluses. And we moved to the Super Grazing Bolus here about 3 years ago. The Super Grazing Bolus, you've only 1 bolus to use, and it's less stressful on the cow and yourself. It's easier to administer and that. Well, I bolus the cows in the crush at home and run them through the crush after milking, and just lock the cow in the crush and hold the gun in my right hand and grab it with my left hand, and it's done in half a minute or that. I put the gun into the animal's mouth, I put it over the bump of the tongue and down the back of the neck and release the trigger and let the bolus off. Examine her for a few seconds afterwards and make sure she's not coughing or she seems to be okay and that, and let her on and do the next one. To bolus 80 cows, it takes me roughly 2 hours, but like it's a bolus lasts for 9 months, so I think it's 2 hours well spent. After about 2 weeks, I find the cows, their coats start to change colour after getting the bolus and that, and I find they're healthier looking and darker and they're happier in themselves and that. As we started using it over 10 years ago, our empty rate was about 30% at the end of every year, and last year we did down to 8%, which I would be very happy with. I would recommend the bolus to other farmers. It's done in the one day in 2 hours, I said, and you're covered for the next 9 months. And very happy with the boluses.